Hey guys, we are live. Welcome to Plexi Stars. My name is Tanya Evans, and I am a Ruby, almost senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And we are so excited to have you here tonight to join in. We have an exciting guest that is going to be able to give us some awesome information, not only about her journey with Plexus, but also the business side and what that's been able to do for her family. So before we get started, we always have to read a disclaimer for Plexus Worldwide. So Ginger, you're going to do that, girl.
Feels like the Pledge of Allegiance or something. I'll have to.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Let's all stand now.
Put your hand over your heart.
It's our anthem.
We can put our hand up. Let's swear in here. The opportunity of a lifetime is brought to you by independent Plexus ambassadors and is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. At Plexus Worldwide, we want you to know that the results you're about to hear may vary from person to person, and we do not claim to cure, treat, or prevent any disease.
Amen. I swear.
I almost want to say amen. Amen.
I always say amen after the yeah.
I'd say I swear, but I'm pretty sure I'll probably say something wrong. So.
Yeah, don't swear. Not.
I'll mess it up.
No cussing allowed. Oh. Okay. So
I'll see what I can do.
The best show last week. We had an opportunity to share our stories, my personal testimony. Lee shared part of his, and Ginger shared her amazing testimony. So we love to be able to introduce new people to all of you, to all the ambassadors in Plexus Worldwide. We just want to be able to share these amazing stories. And Ginger, tell us who our amazing guest is.
Oh, today we have Debra McCutcheon. I met Debra about a year ago at our leaders retreat. She has become now a close friend of mine. She's one of my most beautiful friends I ever met. She is a Sapphire ambassador with Plexus, and also she is a breast cancer survivor, which really touches my heart because in this past January, my mom found out that she had breast cancer, and you see, we all, one Plexus, we're a family. I reached out to Debra, and she consulted me and gave me some good tips I can give her. But Debra's going to share her story with us. Okay, Debra.
Welcome, Debra.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I'm going to get a little emotional, so I'm just going to throw that out there already, because talking about this has become almost like therapeutic, especially with the focus now on breast cancer awareness. I am a super blessed Sapphire ambassador with Plexus. I am just delighted you've invited me to even speak. So thank you for that. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to tell you a little something about my story. I actually joined 5.5 years ago. I've been in Plexus for 5.5 years. June of 2011. I joined at a time when there was like 1,200 ambassadors in the whole planet. I joined at a time when we laughed because you could have called Plexus and asked about your order. They put the phone down and they'd holler at the guy to see in shipping if the order was shipping. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. There were like 4 people in the office. It was amazing. The beauty of this is I was not a fast ranking person. It took time. It took time for me to grow into this position, and for my team and for my leadership, and also to watch the company grow has been an amazing thing. So that's the part that I love to tell people is when I joined, there were 6 products. There were 6 products. And I walked into this, you know, my best friend gave me a 3-day sample. It wasn't even called a decision pack back then. It was a 3-day sample. And the second day, I knew. I just wanted to drink it to feel better and to get up off the couch. All I wanted to do when I got home from work was get on the couch. And that was what my focus was. It's just, I just want to feel better. There was a lot of other underlying issues, and I now know tackling that was helping all these other things. So I never saw this as a business. I even was those ones that, you know, don't you just giggle when someone says, I'm never going to tell anybody about this. I'm just going to take the product. That's all I want to do. And we go, yeah, right. And we laugh. But I was that person. I never even envisioned it doing any of this 5 years later. But what turned me around, what turned the corner, my sponsor, Susan, was really instrumental in showing me that, look, if you want to share this with people, you got to put yourself out there. So I put my fat picture out there on Facebook, and I did this, and I posted it, and then my business took off, and I really saw the vision of how it is almost my responsibility to share this with every single person that I meet, to show them exactly how great and awesome this can be. What I love about Plexus is Plexus meets you where you are. You don't have to have all of this stuff that you have to do to be like me or like Ginger or like anybody else. Plexus meets you where you are. That's the part I love the most. Right. The interesting thing about this was I was working in an office, been there 14 years, thought, okay, I'm going to be that lady with the glasses and the chain doing the calculator. That's going to be me. The old lady. That's me. I didn't love it, the job. I didn't hate the job. I just said, you know what? That's what I'm going to be doing. This is what I do. I was able to leave after 14 years with my Plexus income becoming Emerald. I was able to walk away from that and do this full time. 6 months later, now of course the plan changed, because 6 months later I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And you can't tell me that God's timing is not divine. I was able to tackle this. I was able to rest when I needed to and work when I wanted to. So all of 2015 was spent doing treatments, and then, traveling on this journey, being able to grow a team and being able to step back and let them take over when you need them the most. You want to talk one Plexus? I'll tell you what my team did for me when I needed it the most. So I will share with anybody and everybody, coming to the Plexus table for one reason, and a few years later, having a completely new reason to sing and celebrate Plexus.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
That's amazing. I can relate in a sense to what you're talking about, because my mother, not as far as the whole one Plexus and everything, but I watched my mother. My mother's a cancer survivor, double mastectomy and everything else. So as a teenager, watching my mother go through what all she had to go through with chemo and everything else, it's a struggle. It's a battle. And it's very impressive of what you've done. And I can only imagine because I've already seen how much your downline, upline, and just people that aren't even on your team will step up and help you out with Plexus. So I can imagine right now that your support was huge.
Yeah. And the timing, talk about timing, how here you were with Plexus, had just been able to retire so you could take care of yourself.
Right.
How did you feel like the products helped you during this time?
Well, the focus with me was energy, getting up off the couch, being able to just function. I wasn't running marathons, but I was able to actually feel almost as normal as I could during treatment. And I think that was the focus. It wasn't really about losing weight or, any of the other health benefits, other than let's just get through this treatment and let Plexus supplement, complement what they need to do for this during this time. So I found energy was my number one thing. Sleeping was a little tough. And like I said, it was 6 months of chemo, 2 months of radiation, and honestly, towards the end of the treatment, I think was when I really needed it the most. So I kind of catered my regimen of products to what I was doing at the time, because I did a treatment every three weeks. So I kind of had that down. By the second treatment, I knew what I needed to do and not and what I could do and what I couldn't do.
Wow. Well, probably more than anybody that chemotherapy and radiation is just wicked, poison on your system. So, when you look at the nutritional side of it and what happens to your body when you're trying to overcome, this serious disease, to be able to take these products when you really understand what they do and incorporate them back into your body to heal all the damage that's done. There's nothing out there that I know of that can do that. So I just imagine that, going through that process and then coming out of it where you are now is different than maybe you would have had, without these tools.
Oh, absolutely. I can't imagine where I would be without some of my favorite products. I can't even imagine, because it's always secondary in these situations that you're in, because you're taking a treatment, you're taking medicine to combat the treatment, then you're taking something to combat that, and then you're trying to infuse your Plexus products in there. So that was really, I think, the learning experience for me, and it's a different focus. I was all about, hey, let's take care of my sugars. Let's take care of this and that. All of a sudden now I have a completely different focus on making sure that I can get through this treatment and still at least try to feel as normal as I could during. Wasn't easy. Wasn't a walk in the park. But, you know, like I said, I'm pretty grateful that I had that, my Plexus family, the support, a great medical team, you know, very, very, very supportive with all of those areas.
Well, and how cool is it that you continued to get paid even while you were sick?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I would tell people that I'm sitting on the radiation table and I just got a "you got money" email. Okay, hello, I'm gonna sing about that. I'm gonna sing about that. You know, I mean, it really, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, it shook me. It really did. I'm not making light of it by any means, but towards the end, I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. This is good. I can do this. I can work this business. I can do this, and I can make this even another testimony to my journey that I never in a million years thought that I was going to have.
Right. Wow.
Well, I have a question because just a minute ago you said some of your favorite products. What are two of your favorite products?
Okay. What do you think I call joy in a bottle? Joy in a bottle.
Oh my gosh, I'm in love.
You know, Ginger, BioCleanse. I have some of my team and they do little videos and they say, and that Debra, she calls that joy in a bottle. I can't go a day without my BioCleanse. And I can tell you this faithfully, I've taken it every day since June 25th, 2011. It's varied, it's up, it's down. I know that it varies depending on lifestyle and treatments and journey, but I will not go a day without my BioCleanse, ever.
That's how I feel. I call the Edge my happy pill.
Me too.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, my kids, if I can take them to school and we'll be halfway there and I'll be complaining about something or whatever and they'll be like, Daddy, did you take your Edge this morning? Because you're grumpy.
Here.
So I can relate.
I'm an Edge addict for sure, for real.
Me too. Me too. I can literally, and I know it sounds bad, but there's two things I have to take, and that's my Slim and my Edge. If I don't take those two things, I need to go back to sleep, start my day over. Seriously.
What's your second favorite?
Edge. Edge was my second favorite. The energy that it gave me is better because I cannot do too much of a stimulant now. I have to really steer clear of that. I'm on a medication now that's also a stimulant, so I don't want to add more to it. Cutting out all the caffeine, trying to eat cleaner. That's my focus, and I really think the products are helping me focus on that so that it's a lot easier to do.
Awesome.
Hey, I have a question. Do you just randomly start singing when you take your Edge? Because I do. I find myself, I never used to sing driving or anything down the road. I'm serious because I cannot sing.
I send sappy text messages. That's my thing. I really love you. It's crazy.
Seriously, that's
crazy with the mood. There's something that has in it that takes you. I mean, I'm pretty a happy person in general all the time, but there is a state of bliss, a state of elevation of mood when you take that Edge. It
is.
It's
huge.
I don't care what it is. I just take one every day.
Right.
Are y'all morning takers? Y'all take your Edge in the morning or the afternoon?
I take mine around 11 just because I spend the majority of my day, you know, I'm a night out.
Oh, mine's first thing. When I mix my Slim and I drink my Slim first thing when I get up in the morning, that goes with it.
Yeah, same for me. But I feel like I can feel it more after I eat. So I take it in the morning, but come around lunchtime when I eat, then I'm like, wow, I can feel it kicking in. So that's crazy.
Interesting.
Really?
That's so awesome.
It just makes it, you know, the mood enhancer that's in it. That is, which I've always been a coffee drinker. I was before Plexus, and I love coffee, and even now I wean myself off of it. But as it's starting to get cooler and everything, and I'm starting to want the coffee again. But the Edge is my substitute. So, but there's something in it, the mood enhancer, whatever it is, it's huge. It really does make a difference. I mean, like I said, I've never used to sing driving. Now I embarrass my kids because I'll roll the window down and sing to people at stoplights. But that's just me, my personality too.
I know. So. I get it. I totally get it.
So you take somebody like me that's got an outgoing personality, and I like to put people on the spot sometimes. You give me Edge, it just gets really silly.
Hey, Ginger, what other two questions did you have?
Well, she kind of touched base on a lot of them. I wanted to know what was her favorite products, especially during her chemo, that she relied on. I know the Edge came out after, I think after. So was there a second one besides your bio? that really got you through?
Oh, absolutely. During chemo treatment, it was all about gut health because everything was going there. Everything was run through there. The things that I had to take after treatment, before, during, and after, the ProBio and the BioCleanse was my superstars. I did do X Factor for some of the energy and also for the hair growth and nails. That really helped a lot. But if you had to ask me for two, those were my two. I mean, Slim's a given. I'm not even going to answer because that's always a yes.
Right.
And, you know, I even did a little bit of the P96 shakes whenever you just don't want to eat. You just didn't really have anything that you really wanted to eat. So P96 helped. There was really not a product I didn't take during that because towards the end, the Ease capsules and cream really helped with the issues I was getting from that, as well as, like I said, the P96. Even, I actually had what was called a protein called HER2. The E in that stood for epidermis, which actually contributed to kind of some nerve issues. So I even did the nerve health for the first time ever. I never had a testimony about nerve health because I never had an issue. I now can talk to people about that as well. So it really opened my eyes up that our products complement each other, and there really was no products that I didn't try throughout this whole process. Some kind of shown a little higher than others.
So did you have like a touch of neuropathy or anything from it? Did I pronounce that right? It's like a nerve issue.
Right.
Neuropathy from chemo.
Issues of nerve issues with hands and feet. Yeah.
Okay, I have another question. This is totally off the wall.
And that's what you do, Ginger.
I know.
Come on.
We can't help it, Louisiana. Back off.
We have so many. I mean, Plexus, you know, throws at us all these amazing, you know, trips and stuff, and so basically we make a lot of, you know, memories and stuff. I just want to know what memory stands out in your head. What's your favorite Plexus memory? Besides the fact when you met me on an airplane going to Washington.
I was going to say that.
Not a memory, or you've been to Hawaii. You know, just give us some kind of some kind of event or memory or function or something that just stands out. That just
it has to be right
go ahead and
now,
brag
right?
on something that you've done that was Plexus-y. Besides the fact, meeting me, going to Washington.
You know what? I'm going to share this one. There's been such really great moments. I'm going to share the one that I just had just maybe a month ago because I never envisioned it. You think you know, and and then something happens. You're like, okay, this just blindsided me. As y'all can see, our house flooded in August, and we're living in a camper right outside. And talk about another Plexus blessing, okay? We had scheduled to go to Kona this year. My husband and I, we had gotten the extra tickets. We had our parents scheduled to come. I was so excited because they've never traveled. They've never flown before. This was a chance for me to give something to them that they wouldn't do themselves. At the last minute, my husband was like, I can't leave with this all going on. My sister was able to come. So the opportunity, I remember one moment we were sitting there. It's my sister and my two parents and me. And I'm thinking, we don't do this. Who does this? This is crazy. This is crazy that I could do something for my parents, and they were tickled pink. They loved every minute of it, and I was just very pleased. I really was reminded that it's not about me. It's about what this company's done for us, and what they continue to do for us every day.
Oh my gosh, well, they spoil us like crazy. I mean, for anybody listening who's not familiar with what they're talking about, when you reach a certain rank in Plexus, which is Emerald, which is approximately $119,000 a year income, and then you also get a free Lexus, a free vehicle, yes, luxury vehicle, in addition to a trip for two to Hawaii, all inclusive. And I mean first class, treated like kings and queens all the way. So they treat us like royalty. It's amazing what we get to experience with the company, in addition to the income and friends and everything else. So, and products.
Amen.
Yep, that's I had Laura draw my line in the sand in Kona this year for me. So
did she draw it? So you know where it
Yes.
is, and you're like, I'm going. I'm be there.
yes, I'm threatening all of my friends.
Well, you know
that
what's
I'm
so
going to steal
cool?
their bank accounts.
I would.
Sign them all up.
I'm sorry.
Go Go ahead.
I just want to say, I'm just reflecting. I'm taking notes. I'm just writing. You know, Deborah, I'm just writing a whole book about you right here. But I mean, I listen every morning. I listen to motivational speakers, and Les Brown is one of my favorites. And he always reminds us that no matter how, and I told this to you too today, Tanya, no matter how awesome or good we got it together, you know, we can have it. We can have all our, I don't want to say all our things together. We can just have it going, you know, climaxing to the top. Life is going to get thrown at you, no matter how good we got it together. And I got to say, Debra, you've gotten some things thrown at you a lot. And look at you. Look at you. I'm so proud. I mean, you just.
It'll make me cry.
I know. I'm over here too. Let me like move to the side. But look at you. I'm just so proud. I mean, look at you. Just come out strong. Doesn't it make you a stronger woman? Doesn't it? I feel it does. It makes you a stronger person.
It hits you a few minutes of just, oh my God. And then that stubborn Italian in me goes,
Yes.
no.
I have a question, because if you don't mind, just a quick question. Earlier you said that your upline sponsor had told you that in order to be successful, if you need to share these products, you need to share these products. Did you, and I just have a question, because I personally don't have this problem, never have, a fear of talking to people. And I'm just wondering if you had that fear, and was that a big thing for you to overcome, or because being at the level you're at, there's a lot of people that come into this, they're like, oh, I can't do this because I have a fear of talking to people, or they can't put themselves out there. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
I can, and I can tell you what I did before and what I do now. It is so freeing when you don't care what people think. So freeing when you just, if it's not you, step aside, because there's 20 people behind you that need what we have.
Exactly.
I continue to say that people need what we have. Who am I to keep it a secret? Who am I to not talk about it? You know, I mean, I want everyone to have this, but I don't need them to. If they don't want this, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. And it's
Awesome.
a process. Learning how to talk or be okay with not caring what people think is a maturity thing. Yeah. It takes, you know, and it takes some tough skin. You gotta get tough. Okay,
oh, I've had them tell me how bad it was, and how you know, they couldn't believe I was doing such a thing. And I said, well, look, I'll talk to you later. Let me get in my Lexus and take off. I'll see you later.
There you go.
See ya.
Hey,
okay.
You ought to be the guy that's selling all the pink products.
You know what? You do it. You just pretend.
Hey, you know, I've done every single product, but I cannot for the life of me figure out how to use this breast check kit. I've been trying.
Just try it. Just try it. Now is the month to try it on one of your live videos and just show everyone, because men get breast cancer too.
Maybe next Tuesday.
Okay. I am.
Keep that on your head. So.
You can bring that on the show next Tuesday. That will be a great opportunity for us to let everyone join us for that. So, please go
well,
ahead.
let me say a little small, quick, serious thing about this. Early detection really matters. Every woman in your life should have one of those. Every single one of them. That's all I'm going to say. That's what did it for me. It could have been a lot worse had I waited. So, you know, joking aside, definitely you want to.
It's no joke. I had a scare about 2 months ago that it put me in a state of complete being paralyzed, you know, just for a couple of months while I was undergoing some biopsies and things like that. Yeah. So I get you. And I'd never had any type of check or anything like that. So anyway, yeah, that's the seriousness of what we're trying to do here for October, especially given it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And that's why we wanted to have Debra on to really give us an understanding from a personal point of view. But okay, we have a little bit of time left, just a few minutes. So I wanted to ask you, tell me your, the business opportunity with Plexus is unreal. And right now they're having a really big promotion for doubling, ranking up for bonuses. So we just share these products with people. We share it on Facebook, social media, and the whole idea is to share it with 3 people. And when you share it with 3 people right now, you get an extra big bonus with the company, and we can share that information with you as well. But in your success, you're a Sapphire, which means your next promotion is the highest rank in the company, being Diamond, which is where you get another Lexus and another inclusive, all-inclusive trip to California now. But tell us, what are your 2 tips for doing this business and doing it well?
Really touched on what I said before. Free yourself of what other people think. Do not stop sharing. Do not stop for a second and say, oh my gosh, I don't think they would ever want that. Don't prejudge.
Right.
If you have the mentality that nothing's going to stop me, there's a no is not going to stop me. It's going to fuel me. It's going to make me move forward. It's going to say, I'm going to keep going until I get a yes. So consistency, don't ever give up. And make sure that you're walking the walk and talking the talk. Take your products. So when someone asks you what's it like, you can tell them. Be a product of the product so that you can walk the walk. So when people say, okay, why do I really want something that she's doing? Because I see what she's doing and I see all the benefits that the company and the products are doing for her. So that's what I would tell somebody is, don't ever stop. I have so many people that have given up or that have said, you know what, I just can't do this. And I said, well, okay, you've already made up your mind. Then if you said that, you've already pronounced that. We're going to exclaim and claim that we can do whatever we set forth to do. You drew your line in the sand. There it is. There's no turning back. You don't have the right to stop. You got one person on your team. You don't really have the right to stop being a leader. So you have to keep going. And that's some of the things that helped me is to really look at it as, it's kind of like my brown eyes. I may not totally like it all the time, but guess what? That's a part of me. Plexus is a part of me. It's never not going to be a part of me.
Right, right. Well, you have such an intimate relationship with it, for sure. Okay, so is there anything else we want to say tonight? Any other information? First of all, it's only $34.95 to get your own business. That's pretty ridiculous, quite frankly. It gives you all your products below wholesale. It gives you a state-of-the-art website. Oh, and it gives you, it's about approximate value, I think, is $200 for the starter kit. That starter kit just won a major national award because it's so amazing. So you can get started with Plexus really easily. You just want to get back to the person who shared this video with you. And gosh, you guys, what else can we say? Check It America hashtag. Got to do that for sure. That's your, you know, go get your check taken care of, men and women. Lee.
I have a few little bullet points here about Plexus, the company itself. Plexus is a debt-free company. 3-year growth of 2,833%. Total revenue for 2015 was $385 million.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're right here in Arizona where I live, and I go up to Scottsdale. Actually, I'm going up tomorrow.
Yeah. We know you live there.
Rub it in.
Right.
And I take you guys with me every time I go. Trust me. Like, she's there.
Well, I think you should FaceTime Alex tomorrow and give us a shout out.
Okay, I will.
Holding you to it.
I will. I'm going to be talking to Keith tomorrow, so I'll definitely do something there. But hey, the reason why I bring that up is because they just built this 300 million? Anyway, it's 100.
One is an 11.5 million, 17,000 square feet building with a 90-year land lease.
Yes,
Yeah.
on the reservation, so there's room for expansion, but absolutely breathtaking building. It's beautiful. Plexus is a class act. They have products that work. And that's why we're all here. That's why we have these incredible stories that we have. So we have
over 450,000 ambassadors from North America, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada.
Well, and we're just getting started. That's nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah.
So that's exciting from the business, point of view. But all right. Well, you guys, we are out of time. Debra, is there anything else you want to leave us with tonight?
I just want to share, first of all, thank y'all. I mean, to be a voice, I never asked or thought that I would ever be a voice for products or a company or even a disease of breast cancer. And it's very, to me, it's just, you got to keep sharing and you got to keep talking. It's therapeutic. What if there's somebody out there that's going to go get a mammogram because I said something, just one small thing? That's going to make a difference. I mean, it was the thing that made the difference for me. So I'm excited that I was able to share that with y'all. Thank y'all for inviting me.
Absolutely. And thank you for coming and sharing that story. I know
Yes,
it's not
thank you
easy.
so much.
Thank you.
Ginger, thanks for bringing her on.
I know, I'm so excited. I got to see your
Good.
face tonight.
Ginger, you're my buddy, Ginger. I appreciate that. So
I know.
sweet.
I'm going to see you in 2 weeks. I get a big hug.
Leaders retreat coming right up. Hey, if you guys know anybody who's a Plexi star, they have an amazing story that would like to come on and share with us, we would love to hear from you. Also, we are getting ready to have a men's panel, which will be all about our ambassadors, which is awesome. Lee is working on that. And we also have the founders, one of the founders that's coming on, coming right up too. So stay tuned to Plexi Stars. We got a lot of exciting stuff coming your way. And we will say goodnight for now. And don't forget, you guys, drink pink.
Hey, I want to say one last thing. I know we're trying to get out of here,
No,
but while we were on here, a certain Plexus ambassador, David Blake, just messaged me and said he is down for the show.
Okay, awesome. Woohoo! We got
While we were on here.
Blakester.
you just
No, not Blakester. This is David Blake, a whole different Blake.
That's wrong one. Okay, I'm thinking, well, he can be a Blakester too.
He's the bodybuilder.
Yes, I know who David Blake is. He is the bodybuilder. Yes,
I figured you did.
All right, you guys, I am checking out. Thanks everybody for joining us. Love ya. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, Deborah.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Debra. I love you.
All right. Thank
See y'all
y'all.
soon.
Love you guys.
How do I hang up?